What's up, y'all? It's Nick. All right, so listen, episode 24, we also don't have a video. I know that happened once before. Unfortunately, it happened again. But, we had to deliver the episode anyway for those of you who listen to it on YouTube. So enjoy the episode, and I'm going to shut up so you guys can get to it.
And we're back again.
Okay, smooth criminal, smooth operator. Okay, wait.
Man, these limits go in now. Yeah. Put me up. This is some straight vibes.
Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Bar to Bar Podcast. I'm your host, Nick.
And I'm your host, Will.
Yes. Welcome back. I still have a broken freaking nail. I refuse to fix it. It's not that I refuse. I'm just mad at myself that I still have this broken nail.
It happens.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm excited. No cap about this song.
Are you really?
Yeah, because
I was worried for a second.
Why are you worried?
Because I didn't know if,
I'm just like the artist of this song that we're doing today is a pretty dope artist. We all know that. His older stuff is some of the best stuff that I've ever listened to. And this song I've heard before, but I just never I never listened to. I listen to it, and it's just like listen to it. It's like, yo,
when you
it matches the name of the song, literally. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to get into it. If you don't already know, we're talking about Frank Ocean's American Wedding off of his best project to date, Argue With Your Mama Not Me. That's not the name of the project, but it might as well have been. It's off the project Nostalgia Ultra.
Yo,
and
quick question. I'm sorry. Why can't we find this anywhere except for YouTube?
I know where you can find it. I just don't know if I want to say it because here's the thing. The reason why he hasn't put it out on streaming is because the copyrights aren't cleared. He didn't get clearance for any of them, even when he
even the song American Wedding, because
of the songs except for Novocaine and Swim Good, I believe. I think Swim Good might have been a sample that was cleared. I can't remember, but and if Novocaine was sampled, it was cleared. But apart from those two songs, that's why they were released as singles, because they were cleared.
I always wondered about that.
But Nostalgia Ultra isn't cleared. I don't know if it's still not cleared to this day, and he just doesn't want to put it on streaming. But I'm okay with it like that. It's something about it that makes it feel like it's the last of that mixtape era.
Yeah.
When this came out anyway. So kind of gave you a hint there.
Now I need to go on YouTube and listen to the whole thing all over again.
I'll tell you where you can listen to it, but I don't know if you have that platform.
We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah. Anyways, I just don't want them to take it down.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're not saying that, because somebody on here is watching. Is gonna be the feds, and we not with it.
So yeah, that was actually my bar fact. It's not streaming, so you guys will have to listen to it on YouTube. Just type in American Wedding, Frank Ocean.
So hit pause. Go listen to it.
Yeah, come back because it's a good one.
And we about to break this bit down. Mm-hmm. You hear me? All
right. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead and start with what you pouring. Well, wait, hold on. How you doing, Will? I ain't even asked.
Oh man, I'm great. How you doing?
I'm great.
That's good.
I'm doing okay.
That's good.
A lot better than last episode.
Yeah, we had
with that crazy ass shit morning.
Oh Jesus! But we good today.
Feeling great. Feeling good.
Yes.
But anyways, let's go ahead and get into what you pouring. So what do you think? What's this song pouring?
Oh man. I think this song is pouring something that's mellow, something that's real chill, but hard. And what I mean by hard is because this song is serving up straight facts about.
Okay, we're on the same page.
So I want to say chill but hard, like a cognac.
Yeah, I said a Hennessy bottle.
Cognac.
I said the whole bottle.
Douce cognac. Yeah, definitely.
See, for me, I thought about Douce. For me, it's definitely Hennessy because I feel like Hennessy is strong. Mm-hmm. It's palatable, more palatable than like a Johnny Walker.
Yes,
which is not a
cognac. You can drink Douce or even like you said Hennessy.
I think Douce is too celebratory.
Yeah, everybody. You think Douce
because of Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. I mean, and what's the name? Fabulous. Fabulous talk about do say. If I do say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was his
It's
thing
too celebratory. But the thing is, Hennessy can also be celebratory too. But for some reason, when I think Hennessy, I think of growing chest hairs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's gonna put a few chest hairs on your chest. So
and that's what I think of when it comes to this song. Also, just because it's just like it's just straight facts about American weddings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, we about to get into that because like when you discuss it, I got something to come with it too. I'm ready.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so let's check some ID right quick before we get into it. See if the song is legal. When do you think it came out, sir? I gave you a hint. I said towards the end of the mixtape era.
End of the mixtape era.
I didn't mean to give you that hint, but it's already out there.
2013. Final answer.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
You're close though.
Really 2011. 2011, and the mixtape era did end around that. Yeah. That was definitely towards the end.
Yes.
Because mixtapes was jumping.
It came out February 16, 2011.
Okay.
What's interesting is I remember when this came out and I was on this, I used to frequent a blog before Shade Rooms, before all of that. We had actual blogs that we would go to.
Which one was it?
And it was called Concrete Loop. I used to love, actually Kanye West mentioned them in his song once.
Oh, okay.
There was like Nicole Beachy, Concrete Loop. I think Baller Alert. Was it Baller Alert? One of them that's one of the bigger ones now. Was it Hollywood? It's not Hollywood Unlocked. I don't know. It was a blog at first. Okay. And then it became, Instagram is the new blog. So where y'all go to for the Shade Room, like that stuff, all that.
We used to find that on the website. We used to
watch it on go to websites.
Remember Media Takeout?
That's what it is. Media Takeout. That's what I was like. There's another one that's like, the new age, the Gen Zers and the late millennials.
We used to when we be in class on the computer, go to mediatakeout.com and watch all the gossip.
Yep. So yeah, Concrete Loop. It came. I remember I remember them posting on it, and I remember just kind of being like, oh, what is this? This is weird because I didn't really hear Black artists, covering. I don't even know if there were covers, but just using those types of that sound.
Right.
This sound is very much obviously taken from a white band. I can't remember. Damn, I should have looked at the sample. I want to say it's Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it could have been the Eagles too. I can't remember.
For the sample of the song?
Yeah, I can't remember which one. I don't know why I didn't look that up.
I just know that the song was Hotel California.
Oh yeah, that is that Red Hot Chili Peppers?
I don't know who sung it.
I'll look it up right quick. But anyways, long story short, heard it for the first time or kind of skimmed through it, didn't care for it. For whatever reason, I went back and listened and I fell in love. Like it was just immediate. Yeah. It was so crazy because it was a hard no for me to a whoa, what the fuck? I was missing out these past few months not listening to this.
Hey, you know what? I want to say this about a lot of music. Not a lot of music that I listen to now that I used to listen to back in the day that I listen to, and then I go back and listen to it now. I have those same whoa moments, like, yo, he really said this. Yo, she really said this. And it's not, and it's because I was right, the Eagles. And it's not because any words have changed. Obviously, none of the words have changed. It's just my mindset has changed. You listen to the lyrics a little bit more the older you get, I feel like, or just the more musically inclined you become. Because at first I listened to music, I'm not gonna lie to you, I listened to music for a beat. I want something that's gonna thump. I didn't care about none of that slow stuff.
Yeah, but now
it's just like the words seem to settle, and the reason it settles with me is because sometimes you can relate to it.
Yeah, you're going through experience,
and it's when you hear it and you hear the experiences that somebody is singing about, you're like, yo, I went through that. Yeah, you can relate to that song.
And look, you have a whole podcast about the lyrics, not just the thump.
Right, and now we can relate to it even more when we discuss the lyrics.
Know what song? Really quick side note. You know what song that took me aback?
Which one?
When I listened to the words, I had just went through a breakup senior year, right before senior year of college, and I was listening to some 90s R&B. Montel Jordan's "Get It On Tonight." Let's go somewhere and get it on tonight. I got a girl, but you look good tonight. And I got cheated on, and I was like, what the fuck? Fuck this song. Hey. But that song be jamming. And let's go. Right. Hey. I gotta. Oh shit, I'm off. Tonight. Yes. But that song is about cheating. Yeah, it is. But it's a vibe. You out here talking about nigga creeping on the low. Yo, I turned that shit off immediately. I was pissed. I was like, man, fuck
But you know
Montel
what?
Jordan.
There's a lot of songs that you could listen to from back in the day that was actually talking about that.
Oh yeah. You're my
And
little
it's crazy.
secret.
So I creep.
Yep.
Yeah,
all of that.
What's the other song? Just left baby girl a message telling. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that's not about cheating.
not about
That's
cheating.
actually, it is a heartbreak song, but it's about him being a man and coming to terms like, I don't want to be with her.
Okay.
Like, I love her. It's where I want to be, Donald
Yeah, where I
Jones.
wanna be. Yeah.
Sweet
Right.
little diddle dee. You know a nigga going through it when he got a sweet little dee. When he got a sweet little dee.
Hey, as soon as every time that part come up, I hit that.
Everybody do. Man, because there was so much pain in that. That's a whole episode. Just the sweet little dee. That's the whole episode. Don't have to worry about none of the other words on that one.
We could just break down pseudo.
That's in our song pool. Me and Will, we wrote down a list of songs that we can do.
Yeah.
So we can always have ideas in case we can't think of a new song. That's
Right.
actually on there.
Yep.
And all you got to do is sweet little dee.
And you know what's crazy? This is also random talking about our song pool,
Mhm.
but we haven't even used majority of the songs on our song pool.
I know, but this one was on there.
I know this one was on there, but we haven't even scratched the song.
But that's what that song pool is for. I didn't know what song to do. Like literally, I texted you at 6 p.m. yesterday, and I was like, okay, this is the song I'm doing.
Yep.
All right, so shit. Let's go ahead and
Hit the
get
bars.
into it. Yeah, let's get into the
Hold on,
bars.
let's take a shot first.
Oh shit, yeah.
Boom. Let's get it.
Cheers.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I do want to refer to this link that I found that has a few statistics on there. No, I'm not a big statistic person, but I thought these were some interesting facts about, and it was released, I believe, this year, March of this year. Yep.
Okay.
So let's go into the first bar though.
Okay.
First bars I got for you is, this tattoo on my left hand is turning purplish blue. Daydreams of the romance. Daydreams of you. Now tattoos. Well, he basically saying he has a ring on his finger, which is a tattoo, not an actual ring.
Yeah.
Is that taboo? Have you ever gotten a tattoo for your lover? The love of your life? You have?
Yeah.
You have? It's still on you? Is it covered?
No, it's not covered.
Let
yet.
me
I need to
see
get it.
it.
Covered. I need to get it covered.
Is it a name?
No. It's
Would you ever get somebody's name tattooed on?
No, not anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, you used to want to do that?
So I wouldn't do not necessarily the name or anything like that, but like, you know, little minor things that might signify, you know, something.
So wait, you got a wedding band?
Not a band. So I got the initials of the person that I was married to, the date we got married.
Stop. Let me see.
You can't really.
Oh yeah, it's fading.
Yeah, it's faded. I gotta get it covered.
Wow, that's what.
And you know, when I first heard that lyric, I automatically thought I was like, oh shit, and I know she's gonna bring it up. I know she's gonna ask me. So when you sit here and you ask me, I'm sitting there like,
and it's the first one out the gate.
I know.
Oh, Will, why haven't you listened to this earlier?
Man, that's what I
That's
said.
so
That's why I said I gotta go back and listen to all.
The fact that you have the exact thing he's talking about, and I didn't even know. Like I dead ass didn't know, y'all.
I know. That's why I sat here. As soon as you asked me a question, I'm sitting there like,
yes, I'm so glad I picked this. Let's go to therapy, y'all. Let's do it. Wow. Okay. So this tattoo on my left hand is turning purplish blue, that's what's happening. What's actually fading, turning purplish blue.
Yes, fading.
Do you daydream of the romance? Are there daydreams of her?
No daydream.
I was just being extra.
No, I know you were, but no daydream.
Wow. Okay, so I don't have any tattoos.
None?
None at all. I've been thinking about...
None at all?
No, never in my life. Damn. I just have 2 piercings. I have ear piercings from when I was a baby, and then 2 nose piercings.
Okay.
That's it. But I've been thinking of getting a hand tattoo.
Okay.
Don't mind my broken nail, y'all. I've been thinking of getting a hand tattoo. I don't know what I'm going to do it. I just got to figure that out. But I'm playing around with the idea. I'm always, right on brand. I'm playing with the idea or toying with it because when I get married, which I do want to get married, when I get married, I just think about me having the huge hand tattoo in my wedding dress. I think we talked about this on the pod once, but I think about it. My friends are like, no, that's just going to be sexy as fuck. And I'm like, you're right. I really will be.
I think it would be very, very nice. I think it would be great. I think you should get it.
Particular, like,
but that's why,
I want it a certain way.
With what you get, make sure it's what you want.
Oh,
make sure you're going to love it. Make sure that the artist that you entrust to do this is the artist for you.
I should start scouting.
Yeah. I have an artist for you. We could talk about that offline.
Yeah, but, I gotta come to you with one
of my sessions. Yeah, you know I go. all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
222,
just,
my angel number. That might be okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Might be the right move then.
Hey, we discussing at the right time. But yeah,
Wow.
definitely when it comes to getting tattoos, you want to be very particular about that because especially if it's your first one and you don't plan on getting many
Yeah.
and you don't want to do it a lot, you want to take your time, do your research,
That's so
do your
I'm
due
still
diligence.
buzzing about how this is so accurate. I didn't think
Yep.
you would have thought you chose this song. But wow, I
Yeah.
love I'm hyped now. And I'm glad that you're hype about it.
I'm
That's
hyped too. It's just like I said, right out the gate, like the first round, pow, there it is.
yeah.
That's
So for you guys that don't know, Will was previously married.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're gonna get into it. So, and he's divorced.
Yes.
He's a divorcee or divorcee. I don't know.
Divorced.
All right. So, the next bar is getting married in a courthouse, writing vows in a rush, making out before the judge with my teenage wife. I think when I thought about this, I was like, man, kind of like what we were talking about the last episode. I was like, damn, we're young, we're teenagers, and like, what a time, we named that episode that, like, what a time, you know what I'm saying?
Folks.
So it's like, I can picture this. Did you get married in the courthouse?
No.
Oh, you had a wedding?
Had a small ceremony. It was decent. It was a small
Was it
ceremony.
expensive?
No, wasn't expensive at all. We just did a small ceremony. We wanted to, at that time, we wanted to do a small ceremony and then
Yeah, I was gonna
get our
ask.
money together and then have a bigger ceremony a few years later type of thing. You know what
Yeah,
I
I was
mean?
gonna ask that. Like, did you want to get
Yeah,
do
big-
it a bigger one later?
Yeah,
Since
if I
you were young?
ever get married again, if I ever if I ever get married again, I would most definitely have a big wedding. Most definitely, no cap.
It's crazy that you say big if because there's a stat on this link. Hold on, let me bring it up right quick.
Here she go.
No, I just thought, I'm not into stats like that for real, but
What you
it
got?
said, dang, let me look at it. Where is that? Remarriage increases the risk of divorce. I thought that was interesting. I thought it would have improved.
I've seen not from any of my friends, but like people that I've seen, like being in the military, for instance, you see a lot of people get married, you see a lot of people get divorced, you see a lot of people get married again. Same folk that just got married, that just got a divorce 10 months ago, getting married already.
Yeah.
Like it happens a lot, especially in the military.
Yeah.
That is a thing. And I guarantee if you was able to break that statistic down even more and go into like the more so military or civilian, it'll show more military than anything. I guarantee that. Guarantee that.
It might be on here. It's just like
It's
a lot of facts on there.
I wouldn't say do it now, but yeah, I definitely it's more so common in the military for you to get married, and that's because a lot of folks in the military get married for the wrong reasons. It's for the money.
Do you feel like you did?
No, I didn't. I don't feel like I got married for the wrong reason. I just feel like it just all happened really fast.
I feel like you're a hopeless romantic.
I'm one of those types.
I'm a hopeful romantic.
We just did it fast. It was just too fast.
Yeah, if you would have waited, you would have waited.
I think if we could have waited, if we would have waited, things would have happened differently.
I said it wrong, but yeah.
If we would have waited a little bit
probably
longer,
wouldn't have got married. You think?
I wouldn't say we wouldn't have got married. I don't know what the outcome would have been. I'm not gonna say that we wouldn't have, or we definitely would have, but I just know that it's less of a chance of me having been divorced by now. Whether I didn't get married and a divorce would have never had to happen, or if I was still married and the divorce never happened, just because of the fact that
that's
it
crazy.
worked out.
A strong if.
Strong if I do get married again.
It's crazy. I want to get married,
and there's nothing wrong
because I value I value that. It's just something I know that I want because I know I like what I think it is.
Absolutely, the idea of it and the what goes
the reality
of it, it's a beautiful thing. It is,
but they're different. They can be different.
Yes,
depending on what you think it is. I know that it's work, but I know that I'm the type of person who is okay with doing that work. It's right. It is a relationship, and like the things that I know that I may have felt short in my past relationships or the guy has, like these are not things that I feel like that I don't want to do. Basically, like I don't mind taking the time to work on a relationship.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I don't want it right now, but I don't mind that
Yeah. I will say
that
this:
makes sense,
the
y'all.
only difference between being boyfriend and girlfriend and being married and husband and wife is the piece of paper. That's it. Everything else is still
That's what people
essentially
say.
the same.
Yeah. It's like, how do you feel you're married now? And they'll be like,
I just got a paper with our names on there and the pastor and whatever county or state or
but
whatever
doesn't
you
it
guys.
sound better?
I mean,
Like my
it
wife.
like my wife, or my husband and all that stuff. It sounds great and all. It
Yeah.
does. Right over my boyfriend, my girlfriend. But at the same time, though, like I said,
But I feel like
and another thing is, you got can't forget that what's yours is mine's now too.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to, he says that in here.
Yep.
So, but like I was gonna say, like I don't want to get married just because that's the thing to do.
Yeah.
You
Don't do that.
everybody. I've said it on the pod a few times. My strong if is kids. It's
Yeah.
super strong.
Right.
I don't want to rule it out completely. At one point I was, but then I was just like, I'll just keep it as at a strong if.
Right.
But that's because I know that I don't want to pick up shit that's not mine, and it's not a yes or even a close to a firm yes to pick that up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But I don't mind picking up marriage because it resonates with me. You know, like
understood.
Even the hard work and the whatever they're saying, I don't mind doing that work. You know, for now anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on. So my next two bars, they tie in together, so I'm probably gonna bounce around with them.
Okay.
So he says a thesis on Islamic virgin brides and arranged marriages, hijabs and polygamous husbands, those poor un-American girls. And I was gonna ask you with that, do you think Americans take, marriage for granted?
Yes.
Because you think about the polygamous husbands and that's what they have to do in their culture. Like you can't just be, I can't, like as a woman, I can't just be with him. It's everybody else, even if you want that. Or, arranged marriages. And I believe it's India. They have that in certain cultures. They have arranged marriages. You can't even pick who you know what I'm saying? And you marry young or whatever. So you think we take it for granted?
I feel like we do take it for granted. We take the freedoms that we have in choosing who our partner is for granted. I feel like sometimes.
I think so too. But the thing is, it's hard not to.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's something that when you take that for granted, it's something to be thankful for because, you could end up with big Tom over there, you know what I'm saying? And he's not your type. You like to work out. And you too, I remember you said in one of the previous episodes that you didn't want to be with somebody that did not want to work out.
Yeah, for sure.
So imagine being matched up with somebody that's big. No offense to some people that are big, but it's just not what she wants. It's not what the type that she's into. So imagine being matched up with somebody like that and you have to go through with that.
Yeah.
And then you go work out and he's just at the house.
Big and unhealthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's just at the house waiting on you to come home to cook him dinner.
Yeah.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's all he's waiting on.
And I want to eat healthy meals, but he wants to eat fried chicken.
He wants fried chicken. He wants you to wake up at 3 a.m. because he's hungry as hell, and you gotta cook him up a meal or like a full course meal as if he's like it's not about to be breakfast time in a few hours. Like that's what I mean by like you
700-pound life.
Right. That's why you think about like some folks take that for granted. Like you could be matched up with somebody like that.
Facts.
And that's the total opposite of what you are.
But it's so hard not to take that for granted because we think about, how like they be like, okay, we do it too, millennials. When we look back at like slaves and stuff like that in the time where, white people owned slaves and colonized everything, it's like we be looking at, oh, that couldn't be me. But it's like we're taking that for granted. Like you don't understand like what these people went through.
Right.
And it's like sometimes we take that for granted. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's hard not to. I don't want to be problematic on this, so I don't even know if I'm going to keep this in there. Because I'm not saying like we're taking our freedom for granted. I'm just saying when you look at the big picture, like we do just be like taking shit for granted.
A lot of shit. And I'm one of the folks that takes life, not life. I don't take life for granted. But it takes a lot of things that life has given us.
Yeah, let's go back to marriage though, because it's an easier topic that won't get us canceled.
Yeah,
so,
because
if I did cut out that clip, don't worry about it, y'all. Just act like we were just talking about marriage the whole time.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we talk about marriage.
But it's hard not to take marriage for granted in the United States, especially when you can't fathom being told this is who you're gonna marry.
Right.
Like it's like that can't be me. You're not about to tell me who I can and can't. What if that nigga beat your ass?
I mean,
bro?
think about another thing. Think about all the celebrities that get married, get divorced, and then get married again to get divorced. Like, well, what?
What do you mean?
You know how you say taking marriage for granted.
Oh, okay.
What if you couldn't get a divorce? What if that was not allowed? You have to stay. What if they made a law saying that you cannot ever get a divorce again? Whoever you're married to is who you're married to for forever.
A lot of people wouldn't get married.
A lot of people would not get married.
That's what I'm saying.
The marriage numbers will go down dramatically.
Hell yeah. I don't think I would get married either.
Shit,
Too much. Too much. I'm going to go into the next one. Oh, he says it's just an American wedding. That one right there. Like he says that this is the part of the hook, and the second hook when he says it for this, well, he sings it for the second time when he says it's just an American wedding. You know, that's that other part of it's just an American wedding.
They take American weddings and they
it's just an American wedding.
It's just an American.
It's just an American wedding. It's no biggie.
I don't know. Because you know why? Because they're gonna get divorced and they're gonna get married again. It's just another American wedding. And
listen, because like, he says it's just an American wedding. They don't mean too much. They don't last enough. We had an American wedding. Now, what's yours is mine, American divorce. In the first one, he says, what's yours is mine, that's American law. Mm-hmm. I thought before I looked at the lyrics, he was saying that's American love. I thought that was,
but if he did say that could flow too.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like, I actually like that better than law. If that's what you said, Frank. I don't know, internet be lying. Yeah. But I heard love. I heard what's mine is yours, that's American love. And that's facts, because you ain't even got to be married. I'm with you, nigga. What's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. I'm just kidding. I'm being a troll.
But folks really legitimately look at marriage like that.
Yeah.
As soon as they get married, if ain't no prenup being signed or nothing like that, it's what's yours is mine now. So whatever you do, but you got what you got before y'all got married is still considered yours. You didn't have no assets, or if you had all them assets, it's the lifestyle that you give that person while you're married. So, and then what you gain while you're married. So with that being said, what's yours is mine. That a lot of folks do get married just for that. You a rich nigga or you're a rich female out here and somebody marrying you that might be a little bit under your pay grade, or just completely on your pay grade, but you think they truly in love with you. In their mind, what's yours is mine. Prenup.
It's wild because remember we talked about what are they called? Prenups.
Yeah,
prenups. And how I don't know if I watched something or read something, but it basically opened my mind to like prenups, because like I wasn't against prenups, but I didn't know if I was completely for them. But it made sense because it was like insurance, like getting insurance on your love.
Yeah, I think
marriage.
I think prenups are good.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I don't think that it can be a bad thing either. Some people that get offended about it, read it first.
Yeah, it's just insurance.
And then tell me if it's good or bad. Because most times a prenup is like it's a living will, if I may say so. Like, so what I mean by that is if a will is for if somebody dies, this is how I want this stuff split up. A prenup is if we don't work out, we agree that this is how it's going to be split up. And it's not to say that you're not getting nothing. Yeah. It's to ensure that you know and you understand that you are getting something out of this if this does not work out.
And it's crazy because you can amend it. Is that the right word?
The person that makes it can be the person that wants it drawn up can be like, no, I don't want this anymore.
Yeah.
I want to do something different.
You can update it. I don't know if amend is it. Amend?
I think it's amend is usually updating.
I be getting on this podcast act like I don't read. I know these words, bro.
You do. But I believe you can amend it, and I believe and amending it can be beneficial. But you still have to agree upon it too when you sign. You still got to sign.
Let me look up this word amend. Why do I feel like we're using it wrong?
I feel like we're using it right.
Amend. A minor change or okay, I was right. You was right. I was right. Like we both was right. Yeah, a minor change addition. Okay.
Yeah. So you could amend it. All you're doing is you're keeping what you got, but you add into it. Or like you said, a minor change.
That's what I feel. It's just marriage insurance.
Yeah.
So look at it that way if you're against it or whatever. Yeah, so that was the point I wanted to make about, just taking it light. But
Uh-huh.
that's wild though. It's just an American wedding.
That's what American weddings.
You know, when I really got into this song back in the day, I wrote so if you listen to the actual version, it's 7 minutes long, and the last 2 minutes, it might be longer than 7 minutes, but it's the last 2 minutes, there's like an instrumental break where it's just the instrumental. So before I was like recording music, when I didn't have any software or any equipment, that's the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
When I didn't have software or equipment to record, I would just write songs, and I would write them over songs. This one had the instrumental on the end, so I wrote to it. And basically my song was saying like, I don't agree with you.
You don't
Frank,
agree with
like,
Frank?
no, I was like, Frank, I don't. It was basically me writing a letter to Frank. And it was basically saying like, I don't agree with you. My marriage is going to mean something. And I remember saying that my marriage will mean something even though my parents settled for nothing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, my parents never got married. They settled for just to have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want to take that step. But for me, it's like, nah, my shit gonna mean something. I remember that's when I really was like, marriage this, marriage that.
Marriage, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't too cheesy with it, but I knew that, like, nah, I was a hopeless romantic back then. I'm more hopeful now.
I think that it would be pretty dope if you could read your letter to Frank.
I probably know the song by heart.
Or even like if y'all could what if y'all was able to do, well, I don't know if y'all could do a duet to that, but it would be dope if y'all could.
Yeah, you never know. The last 2 bars kind of tie in together too.
Okay.
After school, she ran to me, jumped in my 5.0. This is the home of the brave, land of the free, but your parents still didn't know. So they secretly got married. Or she could have been, it could have been one of those things where it's like, when cultures don't allow approve of different culture. The kids marrying different cultures.
Yep.
It's interesting because I believe it's Chinese and Koreans don't really get along. Off of some cultural beef type shit.
Okay.
I believe it's Chinese and Korean.
Okay.
Also, I remember working at Express. I'm boring you?
No. I'm just a little tired. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean, no disrespect. Trust me, I'm into this. You hear me speaking. Trust me.
No, you're good. No, but I remember working at Express, and basically who was it? Oh, it was my coworker, but who? Oh, I think he was he Indian? Yeah, he had to be Indian because I remember saying I wanted to go to your wedding because Indian weddings be looking dope AF, y'all.
No cap.
And they're like 3 days long. Like they're dope, and the garments are so beautiful. It's just, I want to go to an Indian wedding. I need to find an Indian friend. But I remember him basically saying he loved his girlfriend so much, but she wasn't of his culture. And his parents really disapproved of it.
Really?
Yes. And I remember him just being like distraught because he knew that eventually he was going to have to break up with her. Like he wasn't going to not, his parents knew about her, but
they didn't approve.
And it was just, he was so in love with her.
Damn.
And I remember that just being like, I don't even know what to tell. Like, I don't even know.
I got it.
And that goes back to taking shit for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's so crazy though, because this is the land of the free. This is the home of the brave, land of the free. That's literally in our national fucking anthem. And basically, you're supposed to be free here, and you still can't.
You can't marry who you want to marry,
depending on your culture. Because it's like
differences.
America's not your culture, hell.
Yeah,
it goes back to taking marriage for granted, just making too light of the union.
That's why I said marriage is definitely taken for granted in the United States.
For sure. I see it more and more as we talk. And then he goes on to say, she said, I had a hell of a summer, so baby, don't take this hard, but maybe we should get an annulment before this goes way too far. I wanted to ask, do you think an annulment is any less heartbreaking than like just a divorce? Like being in a relationship long enough and then boom, divorce.
I feel like no. An annulment is, I mean, you when you're married and you're in a full-blown marriage and you've been married for a little bit, you invested time, money, patience, your heart, everything you invested into that marriage, right? An annulment, you haven't had time to invest much, if anything. You might have invested a
but
few
isn't
dollars.
it? You gotta admit that mistake, bro.
I mean, yeah, you have to admit it, but I'd rather admit that mistake early on before you
cry
get your
now.
heart. You know what I'm saying? Because the deeper you get into that marriage, the deeper your heart is, the deeper your love is, the deeper everything becomes.
But think about it though. You might because I remember I had a friend who got divorced, and I remember her being on Facebook, like them both being like, got our divorce papers. Like they were so happy to be out of it. It wasn't like no love lost. Like they did know that they didn't work together anymore.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. I kind of feel like some people can get out of a divorce and just kind of feel
good,
lighter.
I mean,
I don't know if it's good, but lighter in a sense of.
It all depends on the person that you're getting divorced from. Like if the person that you're getting divorced from is making your life hell during the process, you're gonna feel a lot lighter. You're gonna feel a lot less stress once that whole process is done and you get that paperwork. Or if it's how, like you said, there's no love lost between the two, your friends, your friend or friends. Then there was no heavy process of getting it done, so there was no heartbreaking moment during that process. It was just, all right, we agree on this, we agree on that, we agree to split this, agree to split that, and then now we're like, all right, cool. We got our papers. Let's go ahead. We good.
Really quick, let me ask you.
We're legally single.
Because I want to get into our the last bar in our 86. Really quick. That coming to terms with that realization, like, yo, we gotta get a divorce. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Is that worse than just a regular breakup because you're married now? Like, how did you feel in that moment? Was it like, oh
no? It's the same thing as a breakup. In all honesty, it's just when if you go into a relationship looking for marriage, then it's going to feel the same because you're going into that relationship looking to be married to that person. So you're putting your heart into it. So once you're married, I mean, obviously your heart is already into it. So when it gets to that point where you're breaking up and you're just realizing that, damn, this shit is over with, it's going to hurt the same as a regular breakup that a person that you've been with for 5 years. Like, it's the same thing. It just depends on how much of your heart you put into it.
Because I think about, like, whenever I come to the realization, like, yo, this shit is not working. That be that gut-wrenching moment.
It is a gut.
It's so funny because actually, let's go ahead and bring up the last bar. He says in the last bar, you can have my Mustang, that's all I have in my name, but Jesus Christ, don't break my heart. This wedding band won't ever wipe off. It's not even about the wedding band like, for him, it was just like, but Jesus Christ, don't break my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how to like, I didn't have anything like to explain about that, but it's just like, y'all, hearing a man, especially a young man, be that vulnerable is wild. It's just so gut wrenching.
He was willing to give up his car. It's a 5.0 Mustang.
I don't know.
I'm saying that is a guy's. Some guy's dream car. You know what I'm saying? It's a Mustang. It's just what it is. It's American. And that's another thing. It's an American car.
You know what I'm saying? Based off of this American divorce. An American way.
American way. Exactly.
But it's so crazy because if y'all go and listen to the song, that part that's in the bridge, that part when he says it, he sounds literally how
he felt.
And he says, Jesus Christ, don't break my heart. Like, just
you can have he basically he said you can have whatever you want, just don't break my heart.
I feel it.
I
feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, let me take a shot. I'll take a shot for that one. All right, let's go into really quick. Let me read these stats really quick too.
All right, go ahead. Okay,
this is from an article from Psych Central. It says the average length of a marriage in the U.S. is 19.9 years.
What? That's the average length of a marriage?
19 years. Let me see. While the national average marriage length is just under 20 years, couples in Maine and West Virginia typically have the longest lasting unions.
Ain't shit going on in West Virginia and what's the other, Maine? Ain't nothing going on up there.
So the average length of a marriage in those two states is 22.3 years.
That's pretty good.
Quarter in
there. It's not too much of a difference from the national average.
So if you want to get married just a little longer. Go to Maine or West Virginia, according to this article.
Ain't nothing going on.
And that is from 35 Encouraging Stats. Oh wait, no, that is from Legal Jobs. It's an article on Legal Jobs. I was like, what is that? Yeah, that's crazy. There was a few stats I liked. If you go to that Legal Jobs link, I'll probably link it down below. It's a few stats on there that were kind of cool. Let's get into. Oh, I didn't even say the last part of that last bar where he said, "Jesus Christ, don't break my heart." This is another part that's sad when he was like, "But if you stay, you'll probably leave later anyway." That's love made in the USA.
Yep.
Yo, that shit, yo.
It goes back to getting that person. You offering everything you have to get that person to stay, and they take it and they stay. But then the realization hits that
later
they're gonna leave later on.
But Jesus Christ, don't break his heart.
But his heart still ends up getting broken. Like you said, American Wedding.
Take this shot. Let's get into our 86.
You really feel that one when you hear that end lyric, like no cap.
All right, y'all. So I have an 86 for you. This is actually an interesting one. You have to 86 is where you have to eliminate one of the other. Mm-hmm. You're divorced and a genie grants you the superpower of your choice, but you never find love again. That's your first option. Okay. The second option is a genie grants you the ability to fix your broken marriage with the love of your life, and it works out, but there's still an end date, and you don't know when the end date is or why. A? You're not fighting for the love of your life?
Nope.
It's gonna work out though.
But it's still an end date.
But you don't know why it is.
I don't know why.
If it works out.
Nope.
But there's still an end date.
Still an end date. Nope.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't want no end date. If I get married, I don't want no end date.
No, but like you wouldn't
superpower.
But you love her. This is the love of your life.
Superpower.
This is me trying to get him to. I need more context, Will. You're not fighting for the love of your life.
I need a superpower.
You must have not experienced the love of your life.
No, it's not. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying superpower me. I'm not. There's still an end date, which means there's still a chance that I'm going to have my heart broken.
Okay, so if there was no end date, you would.
There was no end date, then I'm gonna say, I'll take option B. I'm taking option B because if that means that I get to keep the love of my life and we're gonna work through it.
No, but there's an end date, and you don't know when or why.
Yep.
The thing with that one for me,
I mean, because the end date could be death,
or it could be.
There's a lot of reasons that could be the end date, but I don't know what it's gonna be. And all of it usually.
What if you fix it, it works out, and then like the next week, somebody die.
And it still ends up with heartbreak.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or there's cheating.
The hardest heartbreak I feel like is, my opinion, is death. I say that because you don't get to talk to that person anymore. Even if they was to cheat on you, they're alive. If you wanted to reach out, you could. Are you gonna want to reach out? Probably fucking not. But you could.
Okay.
But death, you cannot reach back out to that person. You cannot. All you have is the.
But you know that. But wouldn't you be able to like live a better life knowing that you gave it another shot?
No. Nope. And no again. It all leads to heartbreak. And I'm telling you right now, heartbreak ain't cool. Not for me.
Not for any of us. Nobody likes heartbreak.
Yeah, I'm just
okay, so what would your superpower be?
Oh, I want the ability to read minds.
Really? Mm-hmm. No, I'm teleporting.
You teleporting? I want to.
Hell yeah! I don't want to be here behind me, baby.
It's between reading minds and teleportation. One of those two.
I don't want to know nobody's.
But reading minds is not a bad one either.
It's not a bad one. I'm an overthinker, and I know when I spiral,
it keeps you from having to overthink though.
How?
Because you think about it like this. Say you want to shoot your shot at a dude. I'm not saying that's what you do, but say you want to shoot your shot at a dude.
I can know what he's thinking.
You know what he's thinking.
But I wouldn't care about that. Or
even if you're, like you said, you're not, and it says if you choose a superpower, you're not gonna find no love of your life. You're not gonna find love.
But how would I really know what he's think? Okay, I guess it would have to be if we're having a conversation. It's too invasive. I would hate to even be around somebody who can read minds. It's too invasive. I want to
know what you're thinking.
No, because if I'm at the store and I'm like, damn, I got to shit. I don't need somebody being there like, oh shit.
Oh shit.
Maybe you want to take care of that. Like, imagine it being the nigga from the hood that can fucking read minds.
Oh, hey, Shawty said she need to take a shit.
Imagine Desi Banks, comedian ass. That shit be Carlos funny. Miller.
That shit be funny as fuck. Okay.
Like reading minds. No, it's too invasive.
Or DC
bro.
Young Fly. Hey, you
It's
know that
too
laugh? You know that
much.
laugh that DCF got when
Man,
he
Shotty gotta take a
screamed?
shit. I heard it. Like, you imagine. No, I don't even want to be around people who read minds. It's too invasive. I don't want to do it. I don't want to care. I don't care.
Let me read.
Walking by a nigga and be like,
you
damn, I fucked the shit out that hoe.
I'm
Like,
telling you
I
right
don't
now,
care.
I'm gonna use it to my advantage. I'm gonna make money off of that.
I mean, yeah, but can you turn it on and off?
Yeah, if you really like, it's one of those like I want to be able to read minds, but when I want to, if I not gonna be like clicking the side of my head, but like if I look at you and I truly focus, then yeah, I can read your mind. Only for people that I want to, not everybody's.
I am. If I had to choose a superpower, it's just teleportation. I don't really care about nothing else.
which one of those are you choosing though? A or B for the 86?
I guess. I think B, yo.
Okay. How about I say your ass better not pick A? You just gave me a hard time. Why? Why? No, your ass better be picking B.
My bad.
I said P picking B, but you better be picking P. B. You know what? Fuck it. You know what I mean. Pick B. You pick B.
Yeah.
You sure? No, don't pick it because you think no. If you want A,
I do. I'll fight for the love of my life.
You'll fight for it, even though the next day it could be over with.
Mm-hmm.
That's so sweet. Fuck that.
I think I'll pick B.
Fuck that.
I mean, having a superpower would be cool, and mine would be teleportation. But it's like I'll travel with you, baby. Let's get on the plane together. Let's take a road trip.
That is so cute. So cute.
Slide in my DMs. Just joking. All right, so let's go ahead and tip the bar and get out of here.
Read minds. I got a tip for the bar.
Yeah, and I actually, sometimes I write my tips down. I actually wrote, I'm not qualified to give a tip because I've never been married, and I don't think anybody wants advice from a single woman in Atlanta with a podcast.
Well, I've been married.
About marriage anyway.
I will tell you this for the folks out there. Take your time with marriage. Don't rush it. If anything feels off, it probably might be off.
What's a good marriage tip though? Like if you're in the marriage.
In the marriage?
Yeah.
In the marriage, communicate. Open line of communication. You're supposed to communicate regardless as how you get to that point anyways. But within the marriage, you still got to communicate. You know what I mean? Enjoy each other. Do not take anything for granted. And just,
I feel like these are surface level tips though. Like
these are surface level tips. But that's the thing about marriage. People make it more complicated than what it is.
No, I'm saying
the simplest things are the reason that marriages go down.
No. I get that. You weren't getting what I was saying. I mean, like it's surface level because like it's kind of like we know these things because you can apply those to regular marriages too. I mean, regular relationships. I meant like something about like maybe it's a tip when cooking together or when doing a task together or you know what I mean. Like what is something that was like, oh, this makes our marriage a little bit smoother when we do this.
Well, I mean, if you talk
like
about
more
that,
specific,
like find something,
that's what I wanted.
Find something that you both have in common, and then like when you have that thing in common, whatever it may be, do that together. And like to further expand on that, this is still simple, but enjoy each other's time because that time can easily be taken away. And I mean that by whether it be divorce or God forbid your significant other passed away. But again, it sounds really simple, but like she said, she brought up cooking. For instance, cooking together or doing different things together, game nights and just with just the two of y'all type of thing, like stuff like that. Just enjoy it.
All right. Well, that's the tip. I'm not qualified for this one, so I'm not tipping the bar.
There's no real key to marriage, honestly.
I think people would argue with that.
Key to marriage? They might argue with it, but I mean, the people that argue with it, I feel like have
I think the keys can vary, but I think people would argue and say
different keys. Maybe you're right. You're actually probably right about that. There are different keys that can definitely
be on demon time.
You can definitely
don't pivot.
No, I'm not pivoting. You're probably right.
Be the devil's advocate.
There are probably different keys, but I am going to stand on what I said. I don't think there's any keys to marriage. I think that every marriage is different.
I'm such a troll.
Every marriage is different.
There
is no key. Everybody might tell you, here's the key to marriage. Here's the key to success. No. That's your key to success. That's how you made it. You have your own key. Remember that. It's a key with Will's name on it. There's a key with Nicolette's name on it.
Well, that's the end of our episode. This was fun. It was good.
It was good.
It went by fast.
It did go by fast.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed this song as well.
I'm glad you were open and talked.
You picked a damn good one this time. No cap. I'm not saying that you haven't before, but like this one really this was really fire.
Thank you.
Shout out to
I
Frank Ocean too.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Big shout out to Frank Ocean.
One of my favorite writers of all time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Bar to Bar. We hope you enjoyed this one.
Definitely. Shout out to the regulars.
Yes.
Shout out to the newcomers. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Any thoughts that you have about marriage or anything like that whatsoever, please leave a comment below.
Let us know. Yeah, you can follow us on I always want to say on all social media platforms. You can, and you know why? It's because when I was doing music and releasing music, I would just tell people all streaming platforms.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyways, you can follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at Bar to Bar Podcast. You can follow me at ooh.nicolette. That's O Nicolette.
You can follow me at Cap, K-A-P. That's Cap_Ransom.
Yep. Thank you so much again.
For real.
We'll see you guys next week.